I'm back with another album review. Now, you might look at my channel and say, what the hell are you talking about? You've only got one album review, and that's this one. That is because the last album review I did was for Playboi Carti's music album, and it was 30 minutes long, and to be fair, that was a long album. There were a lot of tracks on there, and I wanted to talk about a lot of all the tracks, but it was very not necessary. It was a very long video, and it was not a very good video, so it's not up on the channel no more. You ain't gonna see that one. But I got notes written for this one. I'm gonna try my best not to just read off the notes and actually like make a good video, so we'll see how that goes. But today we are reviewing, as you can clearly read in the title, Flip Phone Shorty by A AP Ferg. The full title of the album is Flip Phone Shorty, Strictly for the Streets, Volume 1. And I will say right now, right off the bat, I'll spoil how I feel about this album. I hope we get a Volume 2, because this album is good. Let me tell you this. I didn't even know Ferg was going to come out with an album when this dropped. I should also say, I'm late talking to this. This album dropped November 28th, 2025. So I am a little over a month late to this. What's new? But when this dropped, I didn't even know Ferg was going to drop an album when this came out. I was just checking my new releases on Spotify, and I saw that Ferg had dropped an album, and I was like, oh shit, I don't really listen to Ferg a whole lot. I'll go and check it out. At first, I was going to do depending on the artist, sometimes when they drop an album, I'll just go and like listen to the first, 2, maybe 3 tracks. And then if I'm feeling it, I'll go and check out the whole album. If not, I'll just add the album to, my Spotify playlist. And then I'll check it out later, or just listen to it as it comes on in shuffle. And then if there's a song I don't like, I just take it out. I don't know what it was about this album, but something about it stuck out to me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just listen to the whole thing. And I'm glad I did. This album was, I say surprisingly good. I don't mean that in like I didn't expect Ferg to release a good album. It's just that usually with a lot of rappers, when they drop an album, there will be a handful of good songs on there, and then all the rest is kind of mid. It depends on the artist, it depends on the album, but I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting that. But spoiler for some notes that I wrote down in the future, I like pretty much every song on this album. Some of them are a little bit weaker than others, some are not as good as others, but I don't think there's a single bad song on this album. One thing that definitely stuck out to me is the cover art for this album. As you can see, I'll probably put it right here. The cover art follows the style of his last album, Daryl, which it's like a weird kind of graffiti, kind of sidewalk chalk, kind of like style cover art. And I really like it. I think it looks cool. It's really unique. Now, if you listened to his last album, Daryl, it is almost a 180. Well, it pretty much is a 180. His last album, Daryl, is very emotional, very raw. Ferg talks a lot about his life and his past and the things he's gone through, things he's going through, the way he feels. It's a very emotional album. This album goes back to more of what you would expect from Ferg, more like just kind of fun, kind of hype music. And listening to Daryl and then going into Flip Phone Shorty, this sounds like Ferg had a lot to say on his last album. I might be reading into this. It might just be, who knows. But in my opinion, it feels like Ferg had something he wanted to get off his chest, or he just wanted to make an emotional album, and he made Daryl. And now that he's got that out, he's like, all right, I'm here. I'm back, ready to have fun. I just want to make some music. I want to make some fun music. And he's just having a good time on this album, just going off. And it's not like a crazy experimental album, but there is a lot of unique stuff to this album. Getting into the album, the first song, Ball, is a perfect song to start off this album. This is a great track to start the album off with. And this song or the second song, Big Dog, are probably my favorite tracks off this whole album. They are both just so great, so hype. Like, I love the energy, I love the lyricism. It just, everything about the track is like, that's what I expect from Ferg, that's what I like from Ferg. This is good shit. When I first listened to this album, like I said, I just listened to it all the way through, just from track 1 all the way to the last track. At first, I thought, you know, some of the songs kind of went like downhill. Man, a side note, this thing has been fucking with me, this fucking OBS. At first, I could hear my voice, but then it would play like separate with just the audio track. And then it would also play with the audio coming out. And so it would like double over and it would echo and it would be bad. And then out of nowhere, I just couldn't hear myself for a while. And now I can hear myself again. But right now it's fucking lagging and it's throwing me off. And I'm just going to fucking take this out because fuck it. Honestly, that's just fucking with me too much at this point. It's throwing me off. Anyway, side note over. When I first listened to the album, it felt like all the best tracks were up at the top. And then the further you listen to, you know, some of them kind of like weren't as good as the rest, which, I mean, that's going to happen when you listen to an album. You're going to hear a song you like, and then a song that's not as good, that you don't like as much. And then, but it felt like I said, just the second half of the album just wasn't as good as the start. But now, after I've given it some time and I've gone back and listened to it again, and I just listened to the whole thing again today, every track has grown on me. As I said earlier already, there's not a bad track in this album. Technically, there is one track I do not like. It is a voicemail call, just like a little, I don't remember what they're called, an interlude or something. Just a small little voicemail track from CeeLo Green. And I don't like CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green is not a good person. But it's not a CeeLo Green feature. It's not CeeLo Green on a song. It's just a voicemail of CeeLo Green. Other than that, my least favorite track from this album is probably Uptown Baby. And it's just because the hook or the chorus in it is not very, it's not bad again, but it's not great. It starts off with Ferg going wham 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 wham. This the Uptown Baby, hope go and do your dance. Wham 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 wham. Got the icy white tee, diamonds with the rubber bands. And again, it's not bad. It sounds alright in the song, but I just feel like there could have been something better. There could have been a better line. It's mostly the wham 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 that, you know, gets repetitive. I feel like something else could have been done there. There are a couple songs in this album that have kind of weak hooks or choruses, whatever they are, but none of it ruins the album and none of it ruins the song. And some of them I did think were just not good at all, and they ended up growing on me. Back to Uptown Baby specifically, it also has my least favorite feature on this whole project, which is French Montana. Now, I'm already kind of biased. I don't really like French Montana. I don't hate him, but I don't like his music. He's not for me. And he has the weakest feature on this album. But it's not his album, so, you know, it's whatever. Talking about features, though, every feature other than French Montana on this album is good. Everybody comes with the same energy, with the same quality that Ferg brings. And there's even a Bass God feature and a Gucci Mane feature. Not on the same track. That'd be kind of cool. But on Fisher Price, Bass God is on there. And on the last track, Flip Phone Anthem, there's a Gucci Mane feature. Now, something that threw me off about this album, on the third track, Dem Boys, there is a feature that is not credited. I don't know who it is. Genius says it is Hunter BDM. I've never heard of him. I don't know who that is. That just kind of makes it even weirder that he's not credited on there. Everybody else is credited. Everybody else that has a feature on this album is credited, except Hunter BDM. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if maybe Hunter BDM requested not to be credited on there. Maybe, I don't know, there's some kind of weird contract thing or something. Maybe Hunter BDM had to be put on there. Maybe a label or someone was like, hey, you have to put this on here. You have to put this guy on here. And so Ferg was like, all right, he'll be on there, but he's not getting credit. I don't know if it was something like that. I don't know. At first, I thought maybe it was just like a mistake. Maybe something got fucked up when they uploaded the songs to Spotify. But the album has been out, and he's still not credited on there. So I just find that weird. I don't know what the deal with that is. Going back to the third track, Them Boys. This is the first song of this album where Ferg kind of starts to do like weird, like kind of weird voices. He does like different kind of styles and flows. And at first I was like, I don't really know about this. This is like, you know, the Playboy Cardi thing of like doing the voice, changing your voice thing, like talking like a baby and then doing like the low voice, deep kind of thing. And then going back to, you know, doing weird stuff. But throughout the album, none of it is ever like bad or like, oh, why'd you do that? All of it works out in every track that it's in. And some of it even goes kind of hard, honestly. Like, yeah, he's doing a weird voice, but it fits with the song, and Ferg just makes it work. Talking about features one more time, there's a feature from Big Boss Vet on the 11th track, Shoot the Club Up, which is, it's not a bad verse. She's got a good verse. The song is good. It just threw me off. This is a, if you look at the lyrics and you look into it, it is a sexual song. And her track, her verse is very sexual. I just want to read some of her lyrics off here. She starts off with, I'ma drop that throat and let you come all in my neck. This so damn good, it got me chunking up his hood. I don't smoke, but I can throw it back all on this wood. Fuck that talking, whip it out, nut all in this coochie. Cream pie this motherfucker, I want to see it oozing. And then she goes on to say, this pussy fat, but his dick fatter, I can barely take it. With you, I gotta fake it. Which, that does go hard. Like I said, it's not a bad verse. It just threw me off when I heard it. I was like, whoa, hold on, where do we go here? What is this about? If you like Ferg, I definitely recommend checking out this album if you haven't already. This is a good, solid album from Ferg. Either check out the first song or the first two songs, or just click the album and put it on shuffle. If you like one or two of the songs, you're gonna like the whole album. If I had to rate this album on a scale from 1 to 10, I think I'd probably give it probably a 7, maybe 7.5, maybe an 8 depending on how I'm feeling. Definitely a 7. This is, as I said, this is a good, solid album from Ferg, and I do recommend it. With that, I'm gonna call the video here. I don't want it to get too long. Hope you have a good day. Hope you're listening to some good shit. Go check out Ferg. Go check out the album. I don't know. Go check out my other videos. Fuck it, I'll plug myself. Subscribe and like and do all that stuff if you want. With that, have a good day. I'll see you later.